Hi folks, welcome back to Stacey Can. Today I am making cinnamon infused whiskey. Some folks would call it Fireball, but the actual store-bought cinnamon infused whiskeys often have a lot of sugar in them, etc. So this is one of the easiest infusions you will do. Infusions are simple to begin with, but this is a very simple, easy infusion to do. The ingredients that you need is your favorite whiskey. I'm using Jameson. It's just a good middle of the road, well, a little higher middle of the road whiskey. It's definitely higher. And it's more of a family favorite in our family. And 2 cinnamon sticks. And then a jar to store it in. Now the reason why you need a jar to store it in is you could put the cinnamon sticks, just plop them right into the bottle here and let it go. However, you want to let it set for about 3 to 5 days. You definitely want to start checking it after day 3 for how cinnamony it is. You don't want to store the cinnamon sticks in the bottle because then you can't get them out of the bottle. So that's why it's best to put them in a different container while it's infusing. And then when you're done, when you're at the flavor consistency you want it to be after 3 to 5 days. I think 5 days is pushing it. So 3 days, definitely check it. Then you pull the cinnamon sticks out and then just pour it back into the bottle and you're good to go. You might want to relabel it if you so desire. So with all of that, let's go ahead and get started. So this is simple. You just pour your whiskey into your storage container. Definitely use glass. I wouldn't use plastic for this, and not metal. Metal gives it a metallic flavor. And this is a 1/2 gallon container. I chose to use that. You probably use a quart, but I think it's gonna fill it up just a little too high, so definitely want a container big enough. And then you just take your 2 cinnamon sticks in there. That one's kind of big. This one's a little bit smaller in thickness. And put your lid on it. Now that I've got the lid on it, you definitely want to store it in a cool, dark place. And you do want to shake it every day. Give it a good shake and just cool, dark place for storage. And then again at day 3, we'll give it a taste and see how it's doing. We are done with the infusion. So now I'm going to pour it into the bottle. Got the whiskey transferred into the bottle, and I did write cinnamon on the label here. Maybe you want to do it a little bit better than this, create a whole new label if you like. I'm not going to do that, but you do you. And it's nice to label it because you know, sometimes you want one and not the other, and if you were to want regular whiskey and you get cinnamon, it's going to be a surprise that maybe you don't want. And sometimes you want one thing and you get the other, and that's just a sad day. So just make sure to label properly. Also mentioning in the previous video, there's just no way I would be able to get these cinnamon sticks out of the bottle. They are, once they were infused in there. It's very tight. They swell up so much, and as you can tell, the difference between the two. This is the one pulled out of a jar right now, and this one is, you know, clearly had been infusing. So just really keep that in mind. It is best to infuse this whiskey, or this particular recipe needs to be infused in a separate jar so you can, you know, easily pull out the cinnamon sticks. But that's it. It's a very simple recipe to make. Simple, and it's quite tasty. We did switch it out after 3.5 days. It started to get kind of a barky, bittery taste to it. So that's definitely give it a taste after the 3rd day. I think the 2nd day, you just need to go 3 days for sure. It was a good amount of time. And so that's when I pulled the cinnamon sticks out. So you definitely want to do that. So make sure you do that. So that's it. It's a very simple, easy thing to do. As mentioned, the recipes is down below, as well as with the cocktail for Santa's cinnamon, or Santa's something flip. Anyway, it's a cocktail recipe. It's listed below. Santa's whiskey flip, I believe is what it's called. And it's in the show notes. That link is in the show notes as well. So that's kind of a fun cocktail if you'd like to give that a try too. I'm going to, and I'll give you feedback later, hopefully. And so just while you're at it, while you're down there in the show notes, please like and subscribe. That does help. And if you have any questions, comments, suggestions, feedback, concerns, by all means, please reach out to me. I'm on Facebook at Stacey Can. You can at me on Instagram and TikTok at Stacey Can. My website is www.staceycancan.com, and my email is info@staceycancan.com. Thanks so much again for joining me today, and until next time, happy canning.